Well, yeah, look, Stud, it is a sad day for me that I announced the fact that I won't be, as from next year, hosting the Drive program with yourself, which we've done together for the past 15 years. I used to rule the world. Look, it's been 32 years of which I've been lucky enough, Stud, to be involved in the Drive program. I can't explain just how enjoyable that's been. Memories that will stay with me forever. The station has kindly offered me to work with them next year as part of Fiveaa's football coverage and the Saturday morning sports show, which I'm extremely grateful for. Whilst I won't be sitting opposite you, I just want to say thank you, Stud. I've embraced the sports show as though it was my life. I loved it. It's come to an end. The people that I've been lucky enough to talk to, it's been a fantastic journey. Good on you, Hooksy. Good to talk to you, son.
Thanks, gentlemen.
John Newcomb, legend. Publicity, your use of the word spastic.
The media in Australia has never been positive. That's why I come on your program.
Mark, has it been a lifelong ambition to reach Formula One?
Yeah, it has.
The greatest female tennis player of all time. Martina Navratilova.
I don't really reflect much.
The man.
Anthony Mundine. Going on, KG.
Discipline has played a big role in your life, Costa.
My father brought me to.
I've never been better.
And never sounded any better, blowers, as well, I might
Well, I
add.
don't know about that.
That was when I ruled the world.
Memories that will stay with me forever and a day.
Hi folks, welcome to the Fiveaa Sports Show. It's significant. It is really sad. It's KG's last day as host of his Drive Time Sports Show, and you have not seen anything like it in the studio. We've had the Guard of Honour, we've had all the staff crammed into the producer's booth. We've got 7 people in the studio. The most beautiful, which is KG's daughter, Sal, who won't come and say anything. We've got a couple of other, rough heads as well. Not you, KG. How are you?
I'm good, thank you, Stud, and I.
You look great.
Oh, thank you. I'm overwhelmed by the reception I've received today. Yeah.
Come on,
it's fantastic.
Come on, lift.
It's been fantastic.
What about all the presents you're getting?
I know. I want to say thank you to people I don't even know that have been good enough and gracious enough to send flowers and cakes and baskets and cards and good wishes. I should be thanking them for their wonderful support over the 32 years. I'm the one that's the lucky one. I should be saying to them out there, thank you. They've been wonderful.
No, well, they're taking their opportunity to say thank you. And I've never seen anything like this when anyone's left a radio station or indeed any place of work. So you should be proud of that.
I'm very grateful.
Try and enjoy it. I know it's not a good
will.
day, but
No,
you should enjoy it.
I will. I'll enjoy it. I've got no idea what's going to happen over the next 3 hours. But
well, we've got all these sporting things to talk
I've
about.
never been as nervous before anything in my life as I am today. Even going back to my first show back in 1977, I'm more nervous today than I was then. Far more nervous.
Our first of our special guests, our Minister for Sport, Michael Wright. Michael, welcome to the program.
Thanks very much, Graham, and it's truly an honour for me to be here on KG's last day. I think, put simply, KG has been the best friend that sport has ever had. To be able to promote sport like he has, he really is an icon, a champion of South Australia.
Gee, Michael, thank you.
Anything else? Any funds? Any grants to announce?
No grants. No grants. It's all talking about KG tonight.
What's happening with the SAJC? Well, I've got you here.
Well,
a bit of implied criticism that the government's not taking a firm hand in it, not getting to the bottom of the story.
Well, we are obviously extremely interested, to say the least. And I did speak to Mr. Bentley today, the chairman of Thoroughbred Racing SA, and said to him that I need to get a copy of this report. That obviously the government is expecting a report, and I hope he sees it my way.
That's enough of the serious stuff. It's enough about you now. More about KG.
No, not really, Michael. Thank you for those kind words. That's very kind to give me your time to come in today and say a few words. I really appreciate that, Michael.
That's a pleasure.
You're a very good friend.
That's a pleasure, KG. I wouldn't have missed it for the world. And I think if I could also, on behalf of all sports, express the gratitude that both of you have displayed. But of course, KG goes back 32 years, and during that 32 years, whether it be football or basketball or netball or cricket or athletics, whatever the sport be, it's been promoted here on the program. And I know as I go around the various sports, as I do on a regular basis, they think the world of this program, and they think the world of Ken Cunningham.
Oh, thanks, Michael.
That's very kind of you, Michael.
What?
I thank you. I'm just thanking Michael. Oh, it's terrible.
Michael, thanks for coming in, mate.
Thanks, Graham.
We had to do it all week, all of this sort of stuff.
Thank you.
Now, look, we're not taking. We're actually waiting a little bit of direction from Leith, because it's one of these programs that's just going to unfold as people ring in and say hello. And I don't think there's too much opportunity to take calls from general listeners. Leith, is there? We have a reverse charges call. Where is that?
From Italy. I hope it's my good mate.
Okay, Michelangelo Ricci's been in Italy on holidays. He's lost both his mobile phones. How can you do that?
Well, only Roots could do that, Studley. Only Roots.
Probably in one of those places of ill repute.
No, I don't think so. No.
Slipped out of his...
No, it wouldn't be that at all. Roots wouldn't. He wouldn't be that adventurous.
Hey, I'm going to ask you.
Yep.
Over the 32 years, now I know you've said, the Muhammad Ali thing, but give me something else. Give me another grab of a time from those 32 years. Don't say Muhammad Ali.
No, I won't. But it's hard to sort of remember stuff when you've done so many, been lucky enough to do so many interviews with so many wonderful people over a long period of time. It's the memory fades. I've spoken to, all the top. I've been lucky enough, should I say, to have spoken to all the top cricketers and sports people around the world. So I've been very fortunate. And
so nothing stands out.
Nothing stands out. It's every day's been a pleasure. Every day has been an absolute pleasure.
Well, we have got some calls. Hello, Andrew.
Hi, it's Andrew from Docklands here.
Andrew from Andrew Demetriou, the chief executive of the AFL. How you going, Andrew? To what do we owe the pleasure?
How are you, Graham? I just rang to congratulate Ken on an outstanding career on radio and wish him all the best on behalf of everyone in the AFL community and certainly from AFL House. And just want to thank Ken for all he's done and what he plans to do with the next part of his life, and wish him all the best.
Oh, that's very kind of you, Andrew. It's been an absolute pleasure being a part of the football world and the football community and being able to call footy for so many years. I've been absolutely blessed. As I said to Graham, Andrew, it should be me thanking the AFL and thanking the clubs and thanking the players for giving me the opportunity to be a part of the game, a part of their life, and it's enriched my life enormously, Andrew. And I'm extremely grateful for the fact that I've been lucky enough to be involved in AFL football. And so I do thank you for your thoughts, Andrew. It's very kind of you being such a busy man.
Well, thank you, Ken. And I think, as you all know, our industry can only survive when we have people like yourself who talk about the game and talk about the issues and get all the debate going and the talk back. And it's what makes our game so interesting. So we're greatly indebted to you. And as I said earlier, we wish you all the best for whatever you choose to do next. And just thank you all the best.
Thank you, Andrew.
For what you've done.
Now, Andrew, before you go, we can't let a couple of things have happened today. Tasmania have made their presentation to you about their bid for the AFL. Can you tell us how that went?
Yeah, they did, Graham. They really put their best foot forward. They, without doubt, have put a lot of work into it. They've obviously done a lot of research and spoken to various stadia, how revenues are broken up. They've got a very good feel for what sort of size club needs to be, financial and viable in our competition. They've got 60% of their sponsors committed. They've got a very good supporter base. They've got a great venue which can generate a lot of income for a club. And they did a first-class job, and we gave them an undertaking and an assurance to the Premier that we would table their presentation with the Commission in February, which is when we meet after next Monday. And, we made very clear that, I think they understood that our priorities at the moment are Gold Coast and Western Sydney, but that's not to say opportunities don't arise in the future. And they're ready, and we're just pleased that we've got another state that's interested in AFL football.
Can they possibly slip ahead of the other two, Gold Coast and West Sydney? Can they possibly do that?
I wouldn't think so, and I think they understand that. But look, as you guys know, things happen, and the fact that they are ready and well advanced, I guess, gives us a nice headache to think about, Graham and Ken. I mean, we're thrilled. We've got 3 states now who are vying to get places in the AFL competition. I think it vindicates the strength of the national competition, and I think that's all a healthy sign for the competition going forward.
And just quickly, any doubt that the AFL will knock back Richmond's Crest to mature age, to list Graham Pollock as a mature age rookie and allow them to pick up Ben Cousins?
Well, it's impossible for me to answer that, Graham, because as you know, I'm on the commission, and we only received the submission just a day or so ago, and Adrian Anderson is preparing a report that will go to the commission for Monday. So I certainly haven't spoken to any other commissioners. I've got no idea what any other views are, which is how it always is, and we will determine the outcome of the Graham Pollock submission on Monday.
Andrew, thanks for your time,
Andrew.
Mate.
Appreciate
it's
it.
Special for KG, and
All the
we're
best.
pleased you've done it.
And have a great Christmas, guys. All the best.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Andrew. You too.
Andrew Dimitri, the Chief Executive of the...
Interesting, the Tasmanian one, Stud. I'd love to see them in some way.
But they can't bring any extra audience. They can't
No.
bring any extra revenue.
And that's where West Sydney have the advantage and Gold Coast have the advantage. But down the track, I would dearly love to see Tasmania a part of the AFL scene. When you look back over the years and see what they have contributed to VFL/AFL football player-wise, and you just go down there, as we have over the years, and it's just a football state. It's just a pure football state, and they deserve to be a part of it.
Well, for once, I agree with you. We're going to take a short break because we've got lots of people to have a chat to you, KG. They're just queuing up. We can't shake them off with a stick.
Unbelievable.
Folks, there's some fantastic specials at all Foodland stores leading up to Christmas. Do you think they paid extra to come on this show, to have live reads on this show?
Who's that?
You know how when you have the Super Bowl, when they have the advertisers pay a lot more?
Yeah.
Well, would they have to pay more to come on your last show?
Well, no, they pay more when you read it, Stud, because they want your voice, want your golden tones to emphasise just how good the product is.
Yeah, well, Foodland stores have got these great specials leading up to Christmas. Check out and stock up for the festive season. Noble Rise bread, 700 grams, $3.29. Coke, Fanta Lift or Sprite drinks, 1.25 litres, just $1.39. Spree Ordinary Concentrate, $1.99.
Great South Australian company, Stud, too, Foodland.
And Arnott Shapes, Jats or Savoy, 180 to 250 gram, $1.79. So there's fantastic savings at Foodland. Sale ends on Sunday, 14th of December, and while stocks last.
Yeah, right on 23 minutes past 4 on this rather wet Friday, which is fantastic news. Rain around, which is something the country needs.
When you get married, it always rains.
It's amazing. I haven't seen this much rain for a long, long time, which is beautiful.
Your last day in radio?
Last day, so
always rains.
Yeah, amazing, isn't it? Hey, it's amazing. Grey skies.
And taking your calls, Doug from McLaren Vale. Doug, welcome to the program.
I'm not from McLaren Vale, I'm from Clarendon.
I've got McLaren Vale up here. I can only go on what's on the screen.
Well, you're running the bloody thing. Why did you put the right name up?
The big
Doug
fella.
Doug Thomas,
Hello, Doug.
you legend.
How are you?
I'm good, thanks, big fella.
It's a sad day.
Very sad day.
But mightn't have to be so sad, Cage. And by the way, I have to thank you in front of all the supporters that are out there in footy for all the votes you gave me in the McGarry Medal. None.
I gave your good friend Kells a few, though.
Oh, yeah, but he was on side before he knocked you out.
Yeah, he was.
So I ran into a fella Saturday,
Yep.
and he said, "Isn't it sad about KG retiring?" I said, "Yeah, it is." And he said, "I've got an idea." I said, "What's that?" He said, "Why don't we get another station to pick him and you up together?" And I said, "What doing?" He said, "Well, I've even got the name for it." And I said, "What's the name?" He said, "Grumpy Old Men."
That'd be very appropriate, actually, Doug, because we crossed horns when you were working at Channel 7 and I was at 9 in those days way back. So when we had a bit of sparring, which was great.
I don't think I ever got across with anyone, Ken. I was such a placid fellow in every way. Ken, I don't know how to say it. It's absolutely... Oh, and by the way, we had a sponsor for that show if it goes to air.
What was that?
Malcolm Whitford, would you believe? Malcolm Whitford's still got his grade 3 lunch money.
Yeah.
But it's been great to record you as a friend. You deserve a McGarry medal. Go sparring along with my old mate there alongside you. But he did look after me when I was a state selector, so I have to say that. But Kenny, everyone in South Australia loves you for the way that you treat South Australian public and how loyal you are to them and everything else. And you'll be sadly missed by a lot of people, and I know I'll miss you like hell. But you're going to be coming up for coffee, but I've wore out 4 machines waiting for you.
I'll be coming up. Just tell Raylene to put the coffee on, big fella.
Okay, and it's lovely to talk to you, and have a great retirement. It's not all it's catch up with you, KG.
No, I know.
Now, KG mentioned Raylene. What's happening there, Doug?
What's happening currently? She's down in the other room listening to the radio.
Well, when's the big day? When are you going to make an honest woman of it?
At the same time that you have your next nipper.
Well, I can tell you.
He's having another nipper.
I didn't say this one. You'll be a grandfather when you're picking him up from school, for God's sake.
Hey, big fella.
You better make some plans for about April.
Okay.
Hey, big fella, health-wise?
Health-wise, I'm getting better, stronger, Ken, every week. We do exercises every morning sort of thing. I've been to a naturopath, and he tells me what I have to do and what I don't have to do, and I'm getting there. It isn't, but, Ken, there's a lot, and as one of the doctors said to me the other day, he said, Doug, it's better than the alternative. I said, well, how do you know? Have you been there? So, but yeah, I'm getting there, Cage. I'm not too bad. It's good, and I miss footy like crazy, but that's life sort of thing, and you just got to get on with it. And I have a bit of fun. We've got some gallopers, and I went out to lunch today and went down, and Tony Frandy from the Silks looked after me like you wouldn't believe, sort of thing. And we get around, and I've got 11 horses that we have in trotters, and et cetera, and that occupies you, and it keeps you busy, and you have to do something.
Good on you, big fella.
Good to hear from you, Doug.
You're a good man.
You're a legend.
He is a legend. Yeah, he's been a great friend.
Crazy, and if you don't come and see me for coffee, I'll call in. Did I tell you I ran into your wife?
Yeah, you did. She did. Yeah.
Thanks, Doug. Thank you,
big fella. He's
Thank you, Doug. Thank you, Doug Thomas. It's a pretty full program, Doug. Ian, good afternoon.
Yeah, Cornesy, how are you? Is Kenny there?
He's definitely here.
Hello, Ian. How are you?
I'm well, Ken. I just rang to say what everybody else was going to say and congratulate you and thank you for all those years, but particularly for defending cricket against that other bloke in the studio.
Oh, now don't you start that.
This is my very good friend who I had the pleasure of playing cricket with for many years, Ian McLaughlin.
I don't like to mention his name because his architectural taste is so awful.
Well, if you've got to preserve the heritage of that great ground, and I don't think that.
But we're not talking to you, Cornesy. We're talking about Kenny. Anyway, well done, Ken. It's been a fantastic time, and as I said to you, there's a good, nice bit of Sauvignon Blanc to be consumed. And when we give it to you this time, it won't be seen as bribery.
Ian, I'm dying to have one of your Sauvignon Blancs. And Ian, thank you for the many days I had pleasure playing cricket with you, Ian. I've enjoyed it immensely, Ian.
Okay, well, I just want to repeat what I said once before, and I still don't understand how you got a wicket. Something those extraordinary things like they're not spinners, they're not swingers, they're not swervers. The only thing I can think is they were leg weavers. Anyway, thanks, Kenny. It's been a fantastic time, and we'll enjoy the rest of it.
Good on you, Ian. Ian McLaughlin,
Ian
president
McLaughlin.
of the SACA. He is a great man.
Great South Australian, Ian McLaughlin.
Fantastic company.
Somebody you can clash with, but he'll still...
Yeah, come up and have a chat to you and be smiling and happy.
Hello, Max. How are you?
I'm very well, thanks,
The man...
How are you, Ken?
Max, I love you, Max. Max, I say that in a very kind... I do. I say, I've said it before publicly, and I'll say it again. This gentleman, the work that he did for football when I was involved, allowed me to have so many wonderful days in football.
Max Bashir, the former president of the SANFL, the longest-serving one.
Yes.
Max, how are you going?
I'm very well, thanks, Graham. Well, Ken, we go right back to the early days of the 60s when you were umpiring,
yes.
and I reckon you were a fantastic umpire, but you used to be pretty easy on the players when you were unfortunate enough to report them, weren't you?
You were then chairman of the tribunal, Max, weren't you?
I was, actually, and so we go right back to those days, and it's been a wonderful experience being a friend of yours, and I'll never forget you for the tremendous loyalty that you showed to me when we were in trouble with the first licence and the lights and all those sort of things. You were absolutely marvellous. I'll never ever forget you for that. And I really want to thank you for the enormous contribution that you've made to all sports in South Australia, but particularly football as far as I was concerned. You've been absolutely marvellous, Ken.
Max, coming from you, I take that as an absolute compliment of the highest level, Max. I really do.
look, it's a very genuine statement from me because there's one thing that we had in common. We were both fiercely parochial so far as South Australia was concerned.
My word.
You were marvellous and always have been, and I just wish you all the very best in the future. Whatever you do, I'm sure that it'll be successful, and you've done well.
Oh, you're a great man, Max. I
Thank you, Max. Appreciate it.
That man deserves the highest accolades.
Absolutely. Max Bashir, and of course our medal at Fiveaa is named after Max, the Max
yeah.
Bashir medal, for a very good reason. Max, thanks for your time, mate.
Thank you very much, Graham.
Okay.
Graham, you've had dealings with him firsthand, being the state coach. His passion and his commitment for football in this state, all South Australians owe that man an enormous amount. You and I do, every football supporter does.
I knew him as a player, first as a player, and normally when you go away as a player, the hierarchy or the senior officials within, they're a bit distant and removed. Yeah. They're almost like royalty in a sense. And Max wasn't like that. He would enjoy mixing with the players, get to know them, and obviously then when I coached, he couldn't be more helpful. When he had to endure the attack from the Port Adelaide bid, when the Port Adelaide bid to and I was just reading about it last night, KG. They were well and truly on their way. And until Max and the rest of the SNFL started to launch their bid, of course the SNFL didn't want to go in. They didn't want to pay the $4 million licence.
They wanted to get a better deal.
Wanted to get a much better deal, but
correct.
Then they were virtually forced in. And had it not been for Max,
who
knows where
football would exactly.
It's in a fantastic position. But it had to be very, very carefully managed in the latter half of 1990 and 1991. And he and all the other people, the SNFL did a fantastic job. One more call. I'm well and truly behind.
With the commercial?
Okay, Bart said it's fine. Hello, Michael.
Well, it's good evening, isn't it?
Oh,
Michelangelo Rucci.
It's only you, Ruch.
Oh, thanks, Graham. I knew I'd get something from you.
How are you, Ruch?
Cold and wet, Ken, but thinking of you.
And what have you been doing over there, Ruch?
Nearly everything.
No,
things that you shouldn't do. I'm actually looking forward to having you in the cellar once it's finally finished, Ken.
I've got it in my diary, Michelangelo Rucci. I'll be over in Italy with you one of these years. No question about that.
Now, it hasn't... I've worked out that it hasn't stopped raining here for ages, and I think it's symptomatic of you, isn't it? I hear that you've been quite teary about it all.
Yeah, it's been tough, Ruch. It's been tough, but
I can imagine.
I've been very lucky. I've had some... lovely people say some things that I don't deserve about me, but the
reality is, Ken, you are quite deserving of it. I mean, one of the things I have been doing is, in the night times when you can't get about, is read some of the great stories of people like Red Barber, who was a pioneer in American sport, and Alistair Cook, who was a pioneer in English media, and you're certainly going to fall into that category with Australian media, that is for sure. He's not international because... Having travelled the world a bit, I don't think anyone in the world has come close to you and what you've done in this field of talkback sports radio.
Hey, Rich, someone says you've lost both your mobile phones. How could that happen?
Accidents happen, Graham.
You've been mugged.
Actually happen.
You've been mugged again?
No, I don't get mugged anymore. But when you sail on choppy waters, things go wrong.
Okay, mate. Now, look, we're paying for this call on Bart's Visa card, so we've been told to get off pretty quickly. So unless you've got any really important messages that have to be delivered, we're going to say goodbye.
No, the most important one is that I just want to wish Ken well with everything and thank him for everything because he's made our lives a lot easier by being a pioneer. So well done, Ken.
You're a good man, Rooch, and I appreciate your call, Rooch, and I'll catch up when you get back to Adelaide, Rooch.
Look forward to it, Ken.
Go on your Rooch.
Michelangelo Rucci on holidays in Italy.
Gosh.
Port Adelaide folks don't mind him being there for a change.
Stop.
Well, he's giving him a break.
Yes, I think Choco would prefer to be in Italy, that's for sure. He's a good bloke, though.
Back shortly, Phil Smythe's next door, David Wildy's next door. Gosh, never seen so many people. Back after the break. Now, folks, in those relaxing trips through the Adelaide Hills, have you... No, hang on. I'll start again.
Come on, stud.
Well, you try and do it with all the bloody distractions here. Have you ever seen a studio like it?
No,
have you ever worked in more difficult conditions?
No, bigger than Ben Hur, actually.
Right.
Sorry.
If those relaxing trips through the Adelaide Hills have left you wanting more, here's a golden opportunity to call them home. Woodside Lodge offers modern villa retirement living in a semi-rural setting, just minutes from the cafes on Woodside's main street. And the Woodside Lodge recently held an open day, which was a huge success, and villas are selling fast. If you weren't able to attend, simply arrange a personal inspection. Tour the spacious grounds, take in the magnificent century-old gum trees and the water-wise gardens. Inspect Woodside Lodge for yourself and ask about the Spring Special. Now, that includes $4,000 worth of window treatments. For more information on the Woodside Lodge, contact Russell Jones. The number's 8213 0013, or the website, it's a bit tricky, keyinvest.com.au. Keyinvest, as in key, as you know, with a lock, keyinvest.com.au.
You're listening to the sports show that asks all the tough questions like this one. Which dual North Adelaide Premiership player won the 1979 Under-19 Tompkins Medal for Sturt? Daryl Hart, David Wilde or Kim Plomp? If you answered Clompy, you answered correctly. Now it's back to the gurus with all the answers, KG and Cornesy.
Yeah, right on 18 minutes to 5.
David Wilde.
Oh, David Wilde was an outstanding player, number 23.
And what, Tompkins medalist?
No.
Yeah.
No, Kim Plomp won it, but Wills was an outstanding footballer. I just want to thank Unique Homestyle Foods at 14 Deakin Avenue, Richmond, Tony Brown, for bringing a beautiful cake and some chocolate-coated strawberries. So thank you, Tony. Yeah. Unique Homestyle Foods at
Everyone
14
else is out
Deakin
there.
Avenue, Richmond. Beautiful.
Sorry, I interrupted that.
That's
you
fine.
Want to say it again?
No, it's Unique Homestyle Foods. Cakes, biscuits, slices. Tony Brown's the guy. 14 Deakin Avenue, Richmond. Thank you, Tony.
And all the staff are getting stuck into it. I knew they come in for a reason. What about that Hague's chocolate thing you got today from
Adelaide United? Thank you for that. Sent me a magnificent Hague's basket. Oh, beautiful chocolate.
Don't eat chocolate.
Oh, I will. Well, I will now. I've got the Hague's basket. Adelaide United.
I'm actually a bit pleased they struggled overnight.
Gee, they did struggle big time, didn't they?
That is exactly what they needed. Just a bit of a reality. Had they won that easily, the other team can plan better against
I thought they were in trouble early, and it wasn't good to see young Daniel Mullen again and Scott Jemison, the youngsters, when they had three of the superstars out to sort of lift and really play well. It was great.
Ken Cunningham's last night has hosted the Drive show after 32 years. Can you believe it?
No, I can't.
If you work around here, you can believe it. I've never seen anything like it. The number of staff who've come out to pay tribute, the number of presents you've got.
Yeah, I really do.
And the people who've rung up. Hello, Andrew.
G'day, legends. I haven't heard that for 18 months, have you guys?
No, it's normally the other one you say. Go and give us a burst of that.
Oh, good. There's so many of them.
Yeah, okay.
G'day, big fellas.
The pulsating
How are
one.
you, throbbers?
Yeah.
All the old lines are all back. They never went away, did they?
Andrew Pearce, our former producer.
But Andrew produced me for 15 years. How did you put up with me for 15 years, Pearcey?
KG, look, it was a great part of my life, I've got to say, and there was probably no better teacher in how to become an entertainer and how to find out about what's happening in the sporting world than you, KG. And I just thought I'd ring up to say that, you're a very, very modest man, and you always have been for as long as I've known you. And, you'll say to people, oh, you got lucky or you fell into the job and you did this and you did that. But, I've got to say that without the flair of show business that you've got and your sporting background, you wouldn't have done it, KG. And, I was as shocked as anybody to hear that you were about to hang up the microphone. But I'll tell you what, it's been a marvellous, marvellous career, KG. And when you look back over it in years to come and you tell your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren all about it, it's going to fill you, and I think it's filled all South Australians with so much pride, KG. It's been a brilliant career, and it's been so good to be, been a part of it along to that amazing journey for 15 years, KG.
Well, yeah, Tart, we had some fun, didn't we, in those days at DN and the early days at AA, trying to break the stories of the day, and it's been a fantastic journey, Andrew, and I really appreciate what you did for me during those early days, Piercy. You were terrific, mate.
Oh, well, I just appreciated being there for, going along for the ride, KG, and it certainly it was a magical part of my life, and working with you is something that I'll always treasure, KG, and of course not forgetting you, Cornesy. That's been quite an education as well.
Now, I was going to keep it about KG, Piercy, and I want you to give us something. Give us a bit of an insight. Give us a bit of just diss him. Everyone's saying how great he was, and he's not that great.
Well, he was. Look, I think the thing that maybe is disappearing from, showbiz these days, is that element of entertainment, And I think KG and I sat down. I remember one year, and you'd know how things work, Cornesy, that in the footy season things go along really, really well, and as soon as footy finishes it gets a bit quiet. And I know we had a few surveys in summer back in the old 5DN days, KG, where we had some brilliant stories.
Yep.
I remember Richard Hadley coming on and he slagged Tasmania and the supporters and he'd never go back, and we had all these big cricket stories, but no one was listening. and we were a bit shattered by this because we thought, wow, what a great show it had been over the previous couple of months. And we sat down one night over quite a few bottles of white wine that I only vaguely remember, and I think we decided, well, if people aren't going to listen because of the big cricket stories, then we'll just make it entertaining. And I think the show became really funny for quite a period of time after that, and it did pick up a little bit over summer. But I reckon the highlights were really when things went belly up. And look, it didn't happen all that often, but you'd remember, and I haven't actually heard this raised, and I don't know whether it's even in your book, that we were down at Richmond Oval one night, and I'm pretty sure it was Kevin Morris that came into the broadcast van.
Yep, he was a coach of West Adelaide. We were in a caravan.
Yeah, and it was about 10 to 5, and we had news coming on at 5, and you talked about how Westies were going and how they were going to go in the finals, assuming that's why we were there. And about a minute to 5, you said something along the lines of, Kevin, great to speak with you. Thanks, mate, and go the beloved Bloods. And Kevin paused for a minute, and he said, what do you mean your beloved Bloods? And you said, well, I'm a big Westie supporter and always have been. And he said, we never see you at these games. We never see you. Are you a member? And he got really stuck into you, and we had to delay the news at 5 while you and Kevin had this huge blue on the radio. And it's things like that, even though they can be a bit difficult to take at the time, they're gold. They're radio magic. And things like that just come out of the blue when you least expect them. They're some of the things that made this show really great.
Yeah, I'll never forget that. He gave me an absolute bucketful, Kevin Morris, that day, and I tried to get back at him.
You better write the book too, Piercy.
I'd like to write another biography of KG, but I don't know whether it'll ever get published.
No, do the unauthorised one.
Yes, yeah, and end up in court. But no, it's been fantastic, KG. I know there's probably a whole lot of people that want to wish you a fond farewell, and I don't want to take up too much of the time, mate, but as I said before, it's been great. It's something I'll always treasure, and not only the professional relationship, but the personal relationship we had as well.
Exactly.
And in fact, people ask why I don't drink, and the reason is the last time I got really drunk was at your place. In 1993, would you believe?
Yeah, it was.
And I don't even remember driving home, and I probably shouldn't admit that, but I thought I'd better leave because you and Sandra and Scott and Sally had all gone to sleep in the lounge, and I thought, well, no one's talking to me, I'll go. But honestly, that's the last time I ever had a drink. And so that's another thing you've taught me, KG, how to stay a teetotaler.
Andrew, I appreciate your time, mate, and we'll catch up, Andy.
No worries, KG and Cornesy, all the very, very best for the future.
Thanks, Piercy. Probably a little bit too much information there, mate, but we do appreciate you coming on.
There's lots more I can tell you.
Andrew Pearce, KG's former on-air partner and producer for many, many years.
15 years.
You used to give him such a hard time.
I did not.
You used to give him such a hard time.
No.
And in the end, he just switched off.
I'd say, Piercy, you can't put that interview there. It's not strong enough.
You would give him, so you treated him horribly. You did.
Did not. He was a good bloke.
Leith is telling me, next one before the break. Next one is very important, he says. Very important. He can be that important. Hello, Ian.
Hi, Cornesy, how are you?
Oh, Chappelli.
Chappelli. God, I'm trying to think it could be important.
Chappelli.
I'm good, thanks, mate. How are you?
Yeah, very well, thank you, Ian. This is a pleasant surprise, Chappelli.
Yeah, well, KG, it's coming to an end, mate.
Yes, mate, it is. In about 2 hours' time, I walk out of the studio from the sports show for the last time. Sadly, it's a hell of a day, to be quite frank with you, Chappelli. It really is.
Well, you've done pretty well for a stammerer, mate.
Mate, when I first played cricket with you, I couldn't put 2 words together, as you well know.
You put a few together when Desi Hoare told you he was going to knock your freaking block off. And you said, you and what for freaking army? which immediately got you a few more past the years.
Yeah, and he was a nasty man till we let the bouncers go. The old swimming action used to come into vogue.
I'm actually having dinner with him next week during the Test match.
Oh, please pass on my best to him, Chappelli.
And he's such a gentleman off the field. You can't believe he's the same bloke.
No, they tell me he's quiet as a church mouse off the ground.
Oh, mate, he is the original White Line Fever man, Desi Hoare. But you've never met a greater gentleman off the field. But on the field, he was likely to do anything.
He was quick too, I can tell you. They were good days, Chappelli. Very good days.
Yeah. I can remember another time we got you stammering a bit. You were doing your usual bit, how can I play in this team? I'm not good enough. And you were going on with that usual rubbish of yours. And I remember you said we were playing New South Wales at the Adelaide Oval and we were walking out of the ground. You looked back at the scoreboard and Fiveaa and Cors had both got hundreds. I think that was the South Australian record opening partnership.
Yeah, it was, Chappelli.
Might still be the record. 281 and I was batting, came in behind them, and you're number 4 on the list, and you've looked back and you said, well, how can I play with this mob? The first 2 get hundreds, you're probably going to get 100. How can I play in this team, you see? And I thought to myself, I'm pretty sure this bloke's got a bit more confidence than what he's letting on here. And I said to you, well, yeah, KG, I don't know what you're doing in the team. You can't play. You're no bloody good. I don't know why they pick you. And with that, you turn around and said, I'll get a so-and-so 100 tomorrow. You fell a bit short, but you got 60 or 70, I reckon.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
All off the edge too, Chappelli.
There you go.
Hey, Chappelli, those days with the Les and Les Fav on the team, they were some of the most enjoyable days anybody could possibly ask for.
Yeah, I don't think it did our hearts a lot of good. Fiveaa was always, we were always in a run chase on the last day, or the opposition were in a run chase.
Yes.
And they were always pretty tight finishes, but you wouldn't want it any other way. The cricket was always interesting.
It was entertaining and fun. It really was.
But Cornesy, if you want to get an idea how good a player KG really was, he batting number 4 against Victoria. Now, I'm just looking at the scorecard here. The attack was an all-test attack. Froggy Thompson, Roscoe Duncan, Max Walker hadn't played test cricket at this stage, but he did later on. And Jimmy Higgs, same thing, played test cricket later on. And KG got 203. You get 200 in a day, and they were 3 30-minute days in those days.
Yes.
And batting at number 4, so he hasn't... he had, the opening partnership was 40-odd, so he didn't come in, really early. And he's got 200 in a day. That's getting a move on against a pretty decent Shield attack.
Always said he's a great player.
Chappelli, thank you for your support over so many years, and you've been fantastic. You've been on the program for, 10, 12 years now, and I really appreciate your support, Chappelli.
All right, well, the only person I'm worried about now is Sandra, because, I know she married you for better or for worse, but I don't think she married you for lunch, KG. I'm not sure how she's going to put up with him all day.
Good on you, Ian. Thanks very much,
okay, KG, well, enjoy retirement, mate, and it's been terrific working with you.
You too, Chappelli.
Thanks, Chappelli.
You'll hear him, of course, on 5AA.
Ian Chappell still gives us the best assessment of Test cricket as it goes around. Former Test captain, of course. KG, it's Christmas time. It's time to stock up on the wine rack. Can I read this?
Yep.
Right now, Amphora Wine Group, formerly Montego Estate Wine. What about the big bottle of wine they sent you?
They've sent me a magnificent 3-litre bottle of Shiraz. Absolutely magnificent.
They're located at Stonyfell Winery. They're having a once-a-year Christmas sale. Now, whether you need reds, whites or bubblies, you'll find them at a price to help you forget budget blues. Quality assorted Australian wines from $2 and $5 a bottle. Adelaide Hills Shiraz and Classic Dry White at $48 by the dozen. That's $4 each. And quality Christmas bubbly at $72 a dozen. There's also huge discounts on labelled reds and whites from the Barossa, McLaren Vale, Pathway, Coonawarra and Clare Valley. All wines will be available for tasting, plus there'll be a charity sausage sizzle. Now, these prices, they won't last. Stock won't last. The Stonyfell Winery Christmas sale is on now. It ends Sunday at 4 p.m. So the Stonyfell Christmas wine... Start it again. Stonyfell Winery Christmas sale. It's just 10 minutes from the CBD. It's easy to get there. It ends on Sunday, so get up there and take advantage of those great savings. Right on 5 to 5 with KG. KG's last day. John. Hello, John.
Hey, g'day, guys.
G'day, John.
I was wondering what you feel about the Crows, how they move the ball down the corridor. Is their midfield all that it should be?
You idiot.
Or are you blokes going to do any sport?
John Blake.
It's Blakey, yeah.
Mate, I'm so much going to miss you not taking the mickey out of me. I'm going to miss that like you wouldn't believe.
Well, that's why I'm very upset about today. It is partially the end of my career too, because you're leaving. What am I going to do?
I don't know, Blake.
You're always thinking about yourself. It's an important time in your life, Kenny. It's all about priorities, and that's mainly the reason I'm not coming in tonight to be with you at this time, because I do have a date with a very gorgeous girl, so at least my priorities are fine. Sorry, that just slipped out, but it is true.
Yeah, Blake.
Hey, Ken?
Yes, Blakey.
You know the intimate lunch the two of us were going to have? We've been planning it for quite a while now.
Yes.
And we were going to have it sort of mid next week, I think.
Yes.
I see now there's about 48 people coming. Can you stop inviting people? You insane?
There's not 48, there's about 4.
4?
Yeah, exactly.
Every second person I see in the street, they say, I'll see you next Wednesday at Ken's place.
And how's your day been, John?
Yeah, not too bad, thanks, Ken. How's yours?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Yeah, have you cried yet? We've taken a sweep on when you'd cry, but you did it yesterday.
Oh, well, I can't help it.
It was on air, first on air, because we had the guard of honour from all the staff. And
God, what a bunch of pussies, really?
It was actually quite moving, really.
Oh, yeah.
You weren't
here.
You might have.
No, I had to leave. I had stuff to do.
I know
I
know you don't display your emotions very well, but I think you might have been moved by this.
Oh, no, I was moved a long time ago when we first heard about it, but I'm basically over it now.
well, he has had a chance. At least he's had a chance to say a long goodbye, hasn't he?
Yeah, that's true. Hey, I got you a present too, Kenny.
Have you, John? You're a fine man.
You're going to love it.
So no more KG and Cornesy and no more taking the mickey out of me.
No. What a shame. I was talking to Blind Freddie again today, and at least I'll be able to take the piss out of Stephen Rowe next year. Oh, that slipped out. Oh, come on. I only know because Blind Freddie told me.
Right.
Oh, come on.
Okay.
Hey, listen, have a good one, and I'll see you next week at the party if I can get my way through the admiring throng.
Oh, good on you, Blakey.
Catch you, Blakey.
All right, boys.
John Blake. Now, here's the reason this station is a success. Of course, you too, KG.
No.
But there's no
Blakey's
more
the man.
talented
Than Blakey.
comedic broadcaster in Australia than John Blake.
Exactly right.